My wife faked chronic fatigue for 2 years while I did everything. She was furious when I showed the divorce court the receipts. My wife Laura started feeling tired about 2 years ago, right after she got passed over for a promotion at her marketing job. She said she had chronic fatigue that made it impossible to work, clean, cook, or basically function as an adult. She quit her job because sitting at a desk was too exhausting. She stopped doing laundry because carrying clothes was too much. She couldn't grocery shop because walking through stores drained her. She spent most days in bed scrolling her phone, which apparently didn't tire her hands, while I worked 12-hour shifts to cover our bills and then came home to do every household task. When I suggested she see doctors, she said she had, but they couldn't find anything wrong, which proved how serious and mysterious her condition was. She said doctors didn't understand invisible illnesses, and I needed to be more supportive. She actually accused me of ableism when I asked if she'd tried different treatments. She joined online support groups for chronic fatigue, where she'd post constantly about her struggle while I cooked dinner after my overnight shifts. She said typing was different from physical activity, and I wouldn't understand. For 2 years, I did everything. I worked 60 hours a week at the hospital as a radiologic tech, then came home to clean, cook, pay bills, mow the lawn, fix things that broke. Laura would call me at work crying that she'd tried to make toast but got too tired halfway through. She'd text me lists of things she needed done immediately because waiting made her anxiety worse, which apparently made her fatigue worse. I'd race home on lunch breaks to bring her food because she couldn't make it to the kitchen. My coworkers started calling me a saint, but I just felt exhausted. Laura's family believed everything. Her mother would call me asking if I was taking good care of her baby. Her sister would lecture me about being more understanding of Laura's limitations. Her father said real men supported their wives through sickness and health. Meanwhile, Laura would post inspirational quotes about fighting invisible battles and how the strongest people were fighting diseases nobody could see. She had thousands of followers who called her brave. Then 3 months ago, my coworker Jason mentioned seeing Laura at his gym. I said he must be mistaken because Laura couldn't even walk to the mailbox. Jason showed me a photo from the gym's Instagram of their morning spin class, and there was Laura in the front row. I said it must be old, but the date stamp was from that morning when Laura had texted me she was too weak to get out of bed. I drove to the gym and asked about membership records. The manager couldn't give me details, but mentioned their 5 a.m. boot camp was really popular with dedicated members who never missed a class. I started checking our credit card statements more carefully. There were charges at the gym every day at 5 a.m., right after I left for my 4:30 a.m. shift. There were green juice purchases at 6 a.m. when Laura claimed to be sleeping. There were regular charges at the athletic wear store downtown. I installed a tracking app on my own phone and gave Laura the login for emergencies, saying it was for safety. She didn't realize it worked both ways. I could see her location too. Every morning after I left, Laura went to the gym. Every afternoon when I was at work, she went shopping, out to lunch with friends, to the movies. She was living a complete life while texting me that she couldn't get up to use the bathroom without help. One morning, I called in sick to work, but left the house like normal. I waited in the parking lot and watched Laura bounce out of bed the minute my car turned the corner. She changed into workout clothes and practically jogged to her car. I followed her to the gym and watched through the window as she did burpees, mountain climbers, and lifted weights for an hour straight. The instructor high-fived her for never missing a session in 18 months. After the gym, Laura went to brunch with 3 women I didn't recognize. They laughed and chatted for 2 hours while she ate a full meal. The same woman who told me she could barely swallow soup. She went shopping, trying on clothes, and walking through store after store. She got a manicure. She went to a movie. Then at 3 p.m., she raced home, changed into pajamas, and got into bed just before I usually came home early to check on her. When I walked in, she was moaning about how hard the day had been just existing. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I started documenting everything. Her fitness app, which was public, showed she'd won dozens of challenges for most active member. Her Instagram Finsta account I found showed her at parties, concerts, hiking trips, all while supposedly bedridden. Her Uber history showed daily trips when she was supposedly too weak to drive. Her friend Ashley had posted photos of their girls' weekends when Laura was supposedly having her worst flare-ups. The final straw was when Laura said she was too sick to attend my mother's funeral. She said travel would set her recovery back months. I went alone to bury my mother while Laura stayed home. That day, her location showed she was somewhere I did not expect. Full story on channel, link below.